Last night we laid these two foundations. One, that you have to understand God's plan for the family. The family is meant by God to be His primary learning community. The family is meant to be a theological community, always pointing to the existence, the character, the plan of God, that ultimate fact that is meant to interpret every other fact. The family is a sociological community, teaching God's call to self-sacrificing love of neighbor. And the family is a redemptive community, recognizing that we will only ever be what we're supposed to be and do what we're supposed to do when we're seeking the help, the transforming grace of the Lord Jesus Christ. And then we talked about the heart, that the behavior of a child is more shaped, caused, formed by what's inside of him than what's outside of him. The heart is the causal core of that child's personhood. And if that's true, then the target of parenting is the heart. We want to see heart change because we understand it's only as heart change takes place that lasting changes will take place in the behavior of the child. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to apply those principles to three stages of parenting. 0 to 5, 6 to 12, 13 till only God knows. And in each one of these stages, I'm going to give you a point of focus to think about, a theme to be working on during that particular stage. Now let's recognize the development that takes place in those first 5 years is stunning. It's awesome. You bring home a child that if you left that child in a crib or laying on a couch for 3 or 4 days unattended, that child would die. They are utterly, completely, totally dependent on you. They're physically, spiritually, emotionally, conceptually dependent. And it's very, very clear that they're in great need of help and protection and care. But by the time a child is 5, this child is quite sophisticated, has elaborate understanding, has put amazing things together. In fact, there is already formed the structure of a worldview. This is what life is about. This is who I am. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. That structure is in place already. I mean, the ability of this child to learn is crazy. Think about this. A little girl, maybe between 18 and 20 months, she's just learning to form language, says this sentence to her mother. Mommy, I thinked about what you said. And Mommy says, no, dear. It's not I thinked, it's I thought. Do you understand that the mistake she's made is phenomenally intelligent? This little girl, just by observation, has learned that in the English language, when you form a verb in the past tense, the normal rule is to add an ed to the present tense. Now, what parent has that conversation? About 15 months you say, dear, you're going to want to conjugate verbs in the past tense. So here's the normal rule. You see, you don't have to do that because this observer has put together the discrete rules of grammar and is actually using those rules in a way that's rational, that makes sense. Are you hearing me? Be afraid, be very afraid. I'm serious. Because that child never stops watching you, never stops listening to you, never stops interpreting your behavior.